Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thanks a lot for joining us. We are here, guys. It is game week 270. We are here at the deadline. 1 minute 55. Let me just timestamp her. I hope you're doing well, guys. I'm just finishing setting up and getting the stream up and rolling. We have got 30 minutes to the deadline, and it's always fun to do the deadline streams with you guys. So thanks a lot to everyone who's joining us. I will be joining you in the live chat shortly to drop out some fist bumps and the like. But I hope you are doing well. We've only got 30 minutes left, and I recorded some content last night with some guys. I won't reveal anything, you'll see when it all comes out and whatnot, but I was alerted to the fact that I would be aware if Arturo Asaka was going to be playing this morning, and I thought, oh, fantastic, because that means I can just do a wee deadline stream, catch that, make sure, because I wanted to put him in my best team this game week, and make sure I'm not going to drop a clanger, basically. But what that means is I then need to reshuffle the pack at the very last minute. 2 seconds, guys. It's the last European game week of the calendar, if you like, until the new European season comes back. So it's one of those things for me personally. Like, I've been obviously trying to maximise this period as much as possible, and you know, I remember getting right ramped up for it around game week 248. So we've had from game week 248 to now we're coming into game week 270. So I'll be having a little period of reflection once this game week the dust settles upon it. Oh, maybe even after next week. So we will have some more some leagues are having their penultimate game this game week, but some have had and are having their final game of the season. So we'll have a little bit of the dregs left over next week, and then I think must be then game week 274, preparing for that, and game week 273 will be a real kind of point of reflection for FC Barcelona. We'll take some stock of our success over the last little period, have a little bit of reflection and analysis in the form of content. Hopefully you guys will enjoy all that. On that note, last night we dropped episode 4 of the End Product podcast. I hope you are enjoying that wherever you're catching it, on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, or here on YouTube. It's on the channel. And apologies for this week, guys. Like, whenever we've recorded it with the software we use, like Stish's camera feed, every occasion, it's such a bizarre thing, but like it will be like 70% fine, and maybe the last 30% will be like it just won't have caught it in the cloud thing. But this week it just didn't work at all. And then my camera, as you guys will know, I've had a wee issue with this sometimes. I think it's my wire, because I've basically got to wrap it around the camera like a helter-skelter or it doesn't work. But anyway, I forgot to turn the battery on, and it ran out of battery for a little section of the stream, so I had to change camera and all that halfway through. It was a wee bit of a nightmare. Thanks if you watched the video version for persevering. I did the best editing job I possibly could. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the stream today, guys. We've not got long left to the deadline. I want to find out from you guys when I do come into the live chat. I want to find out what division you're prioritising. Are you relieved Europe is going to go back on the shelf? Are you shiting it like me? Because, guys, I've sold my non-EU soul down the river to get Celtic cards and buff up my Champ Euro super rares over the last 3 months, for better or for worse, as well as like enhance my limited contingent. Like, again, when I was kind of looking back at some, I spent half an ETH basically between like fucking limited Hakimi and Goretzka, and I've you know not had an optimal period. That doesn't feel like I'm going to wait until we get to game week, you know, the end of game week 272, and then I can properly assess, you know, the lay of the land, where it's been at for this period that I was so excited about from game week 248 onwards. You know, I think we started with a bang. I think we've done quite consistently well throughout, but I've not had any. I was expecting some stellar hits, and again, my early kind of thoughts on that is like I've just had a speed bump here, speed bump there, like Wirtz ACL, Barco out for 6 weeks, Joseph out for a period, the K-League going away, only recently got Celtic cards, yada yada yada. You know, so there's been a lot of unavoidables and unforeseeables. But hey ho, let's see who's with us live. Thanks a lot to everyone who is joining us live. If you're watching this after we've been live, thank you very much. I hope we have a great time. But Joshy Forth was first in the house, loving it. Good morning indeed. Rascal Masaki, long time no see. Good morning, good to see you. Yohanatan Garji, hello, good to see you, my man. Connor Heibel, fist bump, good to see you, good morning. Podcast was absolutely brilliant last night, gets better each week. The Purple Witches hat was probably one of my favourite bits as well. I totally forgot about it until I was editing, and It was an absolute beast. I'll probably clip that and pop it out. But yeah, that was a fucking belter. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. We had tons of fun making it, and as you can tell, between when I camera switch, like, you know, it kind of reset a little bit, and you know, we're getting better every week, and it's good banter, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it all. Gargy Boy is saying he'll get his second reward ever today, and I'm pretty sure, first ever was in the last game week. Gargy, congratulations, well done to you, my man. Joshy 4 from Maeda or Furuhashi this weekend. I'm going to give you a wee bit of a spoiler, Joshy. I'm going to say both, but we'll come back to the Celtic team if you want to. I'm going to be making a separate little 5-minute video that'll go out later today on it. It'll be after the deadline, actually, so anyone who's watching this live, like, if you want to ask me, I'll let you know my thoughts. Isaka's on the bench. Joe Robinson, fist bump, good to see you, my man. Scoor, fist bump. And Hendo, fist bump, good to see you, my man. Thanks a lot for joining us live. When is the stream of the Odyssey, guys? It was on Wednesday. It's on the channel now. It was the Celtic Dundee United watch-along. It's on for about 2 hours. It's, again, if you can sit through it, like, it was a good time. It was good banter. We were all over the place in a good way. You know, it was a great time. Rascal Misaki has got a super rare Ki Sung Young as well. Used the funds from the Zilla Ryan reward. Great trading, Rascal. Love it. Jake Gaiman, hello. How do I get the free Sorare spreadsheet? If you've sent an email in, the video you've found that tells you about the spreadsheet, etc., there's an email address in the description. Hit that up. I admittedly haven't checked it in a while, but I will check that later today. So if you haven't sent an email, do it today and I'll get it back to you today. Charlie Dunbar, I have a rare Matt Macy. Do you think he'll get a move to League 1 or the Championship? Matt Macy is not one that I am up on, so I wouldn't want to pass comment and lead you down the garden path. But without any further ado, guys, let's see what I'm rocking out with thus far. I've started my preparation for the stream off in SD11. So, as always, we went with the FC Barcelona 343 Lungbuster. I've just picked him because he's got the best, like, opposition stat. It's the last game. It's the last game of the season for Turkey. I'm not quite sure actually, but his form has been iffy. You know, I've got the handcuff. It's a fucking expensive handcuff, so, like, I'm not too bothered if he keeps the job or not in some respects, because a U23 keeper playing is probably more valuable to me. But hey ho, I'm happy to play him because he's got the best opposition stat, and if the stats pay off, then he's in. But I've got the bench to back me up if the bay as it was to start. Back three of Lennon at home of the Revs, and the Revs playing like a narrow midfield typically, you know, so like for a wide fullback like him, he is going to get lots of possession loss in a game like this, I feel, but he will get the opportunity to get into the box, and Brooks Lennon is goal and assist capable, undoubtedly. Julian Araujo at home, Dallas looks like a good fixture for the Galaxy, and Josko Guardiola has been pictured back in training. I've not got the confidence to put him into a real team, so I'll put him here, and I've got the bench to catch him. But my midfield, guys, how disgusting is this? Celta Vigo are at home to Elche. No. Is it Elche? Who are they got? They're away, in fact, or are they at home? I'm losing my marbles now. They are at home to Elche. Last game of the season, they are odds-on favourites. Elche have not had good form since me, John and Hendo, Jack and the lads went to go and see them. But Celta Vigo at home, last game of the season, they've had a really good last 6 months or so, and both these guys will play, both are decisive capable, and I think that's a great fixture, and I'm really looking forward to my D2 as a result. Same with Calmac, captain, title party at Parkhead on Saturday, should be buzzing, and I've got a sneaky feeling he's going to be much closer to Motherwell's box more often than he will Celtic's box, and Ki Sung Young is in great form. It's kind of hard to keep him out the team. And then this is what I expect the front three for Celtic to be on Saturday. It's going to be Jota, Maeda and Furuhashi, which is a complete change from the weekend, and I think that's exactly why this will be the front three we get on Saturday. That was those guys' opportunity to, you know, have their say in the final, like we won the title push, and I spoke about that in the predicted 11 for the last two games in terms of that type of sentiment that the manager will be putting some prominence on when it comes to keeping the squad happy in this time. It feels like a formality, so you can, like, it's just a matter of time, so they just have to keep winning the games that they were expected to win, basically. But you can have everyone included. James Forrest starts a game, Giacomakis scores at the midweek, and then he's on, you know, social media talking about, I scored the goal that clinched the title, you know, all that kind of chat. So I think this will be the front three. They should all be fresh as a daisy coming in, and it should be party time with this front three at Celtic Park. With everything that's going around. And in my bench catchers, I've got Gu, Jimenez, Tonali and Depay. Just the biggest hitters that I reckon will definitely start. Gargy's brought it up, so I'll say it here. I did actually touch on it in the Dundee United predicted 11, right? But I think the midfield three for Celtic on Saturday is going to be Beaton, McGregor and Rogic or O'Reilly. I'm going to lean towards Rogic, but Rogic and Beaton combined are very slow, and I could understand. I think Beaton is definitely going to start and get his standing ovation substitution about the 60th minute. I think that'll allow Callum McGregor to do the Rio Hatate role, if you like, that more advanced kind of 8 position. And then, Rogic, people are now starting to wonder if this is maybe his last game. And if it is, again, that will maybe push the boat over a tactical decision, because the league is one. He's been at the club for so long, same as Beaton, 9 years. So I'm going to lean towards Rogic, but if it was O'Reilly, I wouldn't be shocked. Second last game for Turkey, Kane Carnage fist bump. Thanks for catching that one, my man. Carter Vickers good to go as well. Yeah, the back six, if you like, isn't going to change. McGregor will play. The back four will not change. And would you cry it? Joe Hart away in goals, barring some sort of weird turnaround and Bain started or something, which I would not think is possible. I hope Konyaspor get a better result than late. Yeah, same. Kane, I'm with you all the way on that. You have just reminded me to do my SD League. Thank you, no problem, Josh. That's what I'm here for, my man. Owen Davis, I think I gave you your fist bump. Take another one. Weasel Mount, fist bump. Good to see you, my man. Got my Andy Considine #1 rare on his captain. Will be the only time I get to use him in an Aberdeen top. Fair enough. Is he? I think he's out of contract, isn't he? Do you know he's starting? That'll be interesting. I'm just going to check the screen. Still looks okay, so I've just swapped it around. Let's put you there. Just going to swap some things about, guys. Don't mind me. Right, okay, cool. So, this point, what I love about the deadline streams is we get to look at the prize pools for what they are now. This is basically going to be the locked-in numbers for you guys that love seeing competition stats and whatever. My big, lottery ticket, if you like, is my super rare entries. Both of them are strong options. And, this is up at 519 now. Sorry, one of my lights just went. But this really only is about 150 entries that are strong to go typically. In Champion Europe, it's maybe about 40 or 50 entrants. We're up to 165 now for 15 cards. So I'm quite excited about both of them. This is a tier, it's not really a full tier 1 podium, which is unfortunate. But if I can get top 5, I'll probably be quite chuffed. And we'll all start. I just wanted to get top 10. Since having the McGregor, I've got one reward with it. I was quite unlucky with the midweek, unfortunately, with Dundee United scoring, taking away the clean sheet, maybe ruled out any chance that I had of hope. In the end, it wouldn't have meant anything. In the rare division, so All-Star Rare Pro, we've broke 2,500 entrants this game week for 125 cards. We're getting Star Rares back to 20, so that's what we've been kind of expecting in recent times. But again, typically, I think there's probably about 1,600 entrants here that are like 1,200 that are strongly competitive and like built for purpose for this division. So take that as you will. Under 23 Rare Pro, we're getting 631 entrants, which always feels quite light to me. It's the goalkeepers, like the lack of goalkeepers, and I was really thinned the herd on that. And even out of those 631 entrants, I think like 20% of them are likely, I was going to say commons, but that's the wrong division, I beg your pardon. It's probably quite prevalent in this division this week. We're going to get Star Rares for top 12 and under 23 Pro. Champion Euro, we're getting just under 600 entrants, and again, this is probably about 300-400 really strong entries, and then the rest are bits and bobs. For Challenger, which I'm now going to be paying more attention to, we've got 643 entrants this game week, which actually doesn't feel like very much, and we're getting Star Rares for top 11, tier 1s for basically the top 40, and what I'll be using this division for, as you'll see, I'll probably just start with this one, is my kind of leftover Celtic cards that I don't know really what to do with. So Rio, like again, if he started, I'm not going to be that shocked. If it was like Rio, McGregor and Beaton, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the midfield. Giacomakis, even if he comes off the bench, even if Rio comes off the bench, are decisive capable. Rogic, again, you could probably say the same thing about all three of these guys. Jack Hendry started in the last game. Let's hope he stays back in the team. And Schubert is playing Ajax, so like I'm going to use him, but I'm not going to like hold my breath on that. So it is what it is. That's Challenger. And Champion now, guys, talk to me. This is an FC Barcelona. This is the way we finish the season, guys. We've got Trippier come back off the bench against Man City. I think he's got to come back in to start. We've got Tripliak or Tripliac or Oblier or whatever we're calling it, they are back together. Atletico Madrid are at home to Seville. Now that game is a real 6-pointer for both of those guys, jostling for those European positions. I've not looked at the table in a few weeks, but I know it is like both. That's a 6-pointer for those guys playing each other. We're then going with the Wolfsburg double play, right? Bayern have won the league. They've been drinking beers for about 3 weeks. They've got new big fancy tellies at their training ground. They're talking about buying 12 more midfielders. They're letting maybe Lewandowski go in. You know, like, maybe Wolfsburg at home. Let's honestly see this manager, like Kofeld or whatever his name. No, I think his name. I can't remember his name. I'm pretty sure I can't remember. But it was the Werder Bremen guy that got relegated. And like, honestly, he's been so close to losing his job all season and it's not happened. So surely this guy beats Bayern last game of the season, and if he is going to get it right, then this prelude season he's had at Wolfsburg has just been like, make every mistake, try every combination of guys, get Schlager back, try Vranks, try Baku, try Mbabu, try Roussillon, try Brooks, try this, try Otavio. You know, it's been such a onus. Jonas Wind, bring in Max Kruse in the summer, let Weghorst go. Like, Wolfsburg has been like a soap opera. It really has. So maybe Max Arnold and Nemeka combined for a decisive, and Depay, it feels like he's getting in the team to finish the season, because I've just seen earlier today that Atletico Madrid will not be taking on Griezmann permanently, so that does put him squarely back into Barcelona's court. Who knows what's going to happen? You know, I think that kind of shunts Aubameyang out. There's no way they can afford, until Griezmann's offloaded, there's no way they can afford Aubameyang in any way, shape or form. And maybe they're now leaning towards keeping Depay, or at least putting Depay enough in the shop window where he can be sold and moved on. Lautaro Martinez wants to stay at Inter or go to Barca. That's all he wants to do. He's available for a reasonable enough fee. Maybe Depay and fucking Lautaro gets traded or something like that. Depay at Inter could be disgustingly good, by the way. I thought it just occurred to me as we've been speaking. But anyway, Captain Memphis looks to be getting back into the Barca team. He didn't do great in the last, it was the one in the middle, so it's been kind of hot, cold. But away to Getafe, and like, it's a little bit of a hedge, because as you guys will know, my Super Rare Champ Euro team, of course, I've got Sorare in goals, who is playing Barca. So I'm kind of playing both sides of the fence here. Like, I maybe accept that, you know, like Soraya got like 20 points midweek or something like that. Gave possession away 28 times, which was just, honestly, just absolutely crippled any score he could have had midweek. So maybe he has another game like that and it totally fucks this team, but I've got no other option goalkeeper-wise, so I kind of need to live and die by that. Enes Unal, the sort of season he's had, again, I could see him at home at Barcelona, really want to put himself again in the public eye. He's been really sharp and really nippy. In Barcelona's defence, like, if you are sharp and nippy and you take your opportunities when they come, he is decisive capable. The boys for Celta Vigo in midfield are at home to Elche, and I think that's just going to be, I think both of them could really run this team. Jimenez bossed it midweek as well with Elche. I think Atletico Madrid were playing or something like that. Absolutely bossed it with a 71 without a decisive action. That was all AA game. So let's hope he can keep that, 58 to 71, that ballpark, in this 6-pointer against Seville. That could be really good. And under 23s now. I'll show you Champ Euro Rare. That just went basically Ferran Soler, the Red Bull guys, and Nubel. Like, let's just see what it does. I really need them all to go off. They're not big hitters. It's not like, I need them all to go off. They're all decisive capable. They're all 60 plus capable. And if they do that, then we should be in the shout with something. Under 23, we're going with single striker Daizen Maeda, and then I'm just putting 2 super rare mids behind him. Now, we had to actually reshuffle this at FC Barcelona with the news that Isaka was on the bench, so I had to upgrade a super rare midfielder out of this division and bring in Renato Sanchez. Ivan Illich, again, it's a 6-pointer for Verona at home to Torino, and it won't seem like anything to like the neutral or the outsider, right? But again, Verona, very similar to Celta Vigo. Exciting manager, exciting kind of season they've had without having all the plaudits and really doing anything of significant note. But This game against Torino is a 6-pointer for guaranteeing a top 10 finish. And for Verona, who are like moving up, and Torino, who are like kind of struggling in the middle, it's a really important thing to finish top 10 for both these clubs, for status, for the manager's job security, as well as trying to, if you're finished top 10 the next season, you think maybe we can finish top 7. And when you look at how tight that table is, really, it is only a couple of results different between being a top 10 club in Serie A and being a top 7, top 8 club Serie A as it stands at the moment. So, and then Lille are just a fucking basket case, but Renato Sanchez is decisive, capable enough, as long as he doesn't get booked or something. He's relatively low risk. Tani's at home at Yokohama, who knows. Eric, again, Getafe, I've got a lot riding on that game on both sides of the fence, so we'll see what happens. But under 23, it's a strong enough team. Maeda is multiple decisive capable if he just gets the law of averages in his favour. He's missed more chances than he should be, really. But the priority lineup, All-Star Rare Pro, we are going with Kim Sung-gyu in goals at home at Gamba Osaka, rocking that 12.5% multiplier. Brooks Lennon, we've already spoken about him in the SD11, at home again to the Revs, who are doing better now that they've got Tesla. Turner and Kessler. It should definitely be called Tesla, shouldn't it? Now they've got Tesla back. They're definitely much more formidable, but again, I think he's just 60 plus capable, and that's the thing with these fullbacks. He can give away 40 possession lost, but if he locks in an assist, if he locks in a goal, that's 60 points is there, guaranteed score. We've then upgraded Sandrinho, the talk of world football now, Sandro Tonali, again, huge 6-pointer at home in the San Siro to Atalanta. AC Milan, of course, are trying to secure the first Scudetto in forever, and Atalanta need points to try and get as much European football. Like, they could maybe end up with no European football this year. And when you think about how successful Atalanta have been over the last 4 years on the European stage in particular, that would be a real disappointment for them, and they're more than capable of causing an upset with Milan. But Tonali in particular, I don't think as an individual he's going to have a bad game, and as long as AC Milan don't concede too many goals, and also maybe he does get a decisive and really rock his score up because he is hot on form now, then yeah, he's a great midfield option. And then Kyogo and Jota, Captain Jota till I die, and this could be the team that does it, guys. This could be the team. For the Eve Bashers, it's basically an America team, but I've not got a plain America goalkeeper. So I've got Captain Zella Ryan away to NYC, you know how my thoughts are on that. Morgan away to Philly, and that's not really a great fixture for the Bulls, but Morgan is an individual, again, similar to Tonali. I think the individual could be the best. If he plays the best in the team and gets a 55 plus his multiplier, that'll probably do me, or even a 67 or something. Benedetto, my Argentinian rare steak that I won last weekend, is a great option to come in here. Pretty sure he'll start. I've not looked into it too much, to be honest with you, but should start, should play. Same with Gutman, again, same as Brooks Lennon in terms of the criteria. And Jesse Moulin is playing, and he's having a wee bit of a renaissance, bit of a second coming. So long may that continue for him. And scoring, I think that was a 57 on AA game against PSG, or maybe it was the 63 on AA game against PSG, I forget. But he's decent enough, and I've got nowhere else to put him. So yeah. And then my other divisions, I've got a good bit of is my specialists. Okay, so we'll start with specialists limited, right? Because this is where I've got my big hitting limited cards for. So we've got Haaland, Goretzka and Hakimi in there, and then we just dovetail that with the 2 underdog cards, which this week is going to be Lungbuster and goals. And then Benjamin Sesko, again, away to Rapid Vienna. He's been featuring in the last 5, and that's all I need for a guy like that, is he's definitely going to feature, and he's goal capable. And then he just brings in a wee 60. If these 3 guys in the core can kick ass and take some names, fantastic, and really live up to their price tag. And then Lungbuster, if we can get a clean sheet out of him, then that team is capable of going very far. This team is kind of odds and ends. Lungbuster again is the underdog qualifier, as is Radamel Falcao. He's away to Mallorca. Mallorca will concede goals. He's been featuring again. He's been coming back into the fray, so he's a decent enough option for this kind of thing. Rio Tate should feature, God knows how much. Kaundu Kone, I think, is actually going to be on for a stellar match on AA, but I've got nowhere else where I can really push him in. I wouldn't put him into champion over Ferran Torres or Carlos Soler. And under 23s, I've not got a D4 option down to the lack of goalkeepers now. And then Julian Araujo should have a good game, as we mentioned, in the SD11. And I think for that team, again, there's nowhere else I can really put him, because I've got, I can maybe put him for Eric. And then Eric could... Do you know what? I think that's what I might do. I think I might swap Arajo for Eric if I get time to do that. Yeah, I do. I'm going to swap them two around. I think it makes this team feel a bit better. And actually, because of my confidence in Arajo, I think he's better placed in that team. So it actually feels like a nice last-minute adjustment for both of those. I'm not doing the super rare one. I've not got the goalkeeper. Underdog Limited, if you want to see this, is like this. So... Hey ho. I don't think I've showed you the big team, but yeah, have I? No. So All-Star Super Rare, right? The one that I'm really want to kick ass and take names this game week. We are going with Joe Hart in goals. Hopefully gets the clean sheet, and if he can build up like 5 or 6 points of AA, I will be satisfied with that, really. Taylor, if he rocks in with one of those 87s again, or whatever it was, 85, 88, you know what I mean? If Taylor has one of those games where he gets a decisive, his AA game normally reflects a really good match in terms of winning duels and such. It kind of goes hand in hand, you know? So if we can get Greg Taylor onto an 80 again, fantabulous. If we can get Captain Ki Sung Young with AA game around even 59, 60, even worst case scenario, I would probably live with that. And then Cunha is in great form. He's picked up decisives in the last 2 games, won a penalty and scored a goal, and I think this one back here was an assist. So he's coming back in, he's grabbing decisives, and again, a huge game for Atleti. Great player, world-class player in my opinion. I can rely on him in a team like this, I feel. The alternative to Key, guys, we've got a couple of minutes, let me know your thoughts, would be Kostic, right? I'm not playing Kostic because I just don't think he'll get 90. I think he'll start, I think he'll get 60 to 80 minutes. He should get decisive, but I feel Key will get 90. And with the AA potential of a guy like Key when he gets 90, I cannot avoid that. I cannot not prioritise that. And maybe now swaying as I'm looking at Taylor, thinking he's a kind of boomer bust play for captain. But that's the team I'm rocking out with. And the reason, guys, I'm so excited about that team is because having... The unique really helps the goalkeeper, of course, and it would be much better if I could play a super rare goalkeeper there this game week. But Hassel with a dislocated finger, I sold Slowick to partially fund the McGregor. I kind of need to live with a rare goalkeeper, and that's just what it is. I'm kind of swayed on some things to like maybe put the Kim Sung-gyu in there because his multiplier is like double. But, you know, I'm thinking about friend of the channel Black and how he doesn't do that. So I'm going to stick with Joe Hart because I do think he's got the better game, etc. So... I'm going to, hopefully that pays off for me. If we can get top 5, we get a tier 1 super, fantastic. I really just want to get a top 10 because we've not had much opportunity to level these guys up or much opportunity to experiment and get them in with different combinations. Like, I would love to play Unique McGregor with like super rare Joseph and super rare Kostic and super rare Trippier. And then if I can get, like, even if Joe Hart was still in goals then, or if I can get a super rare goalkeeper, I think that is a fucking killer D2 lineup, like if they're all fit and firing, etc. The star super rares will you win if you get top, you know, and you just need to look at this prize pool. Like if you got a super rare of any one of these guys, man, it would be. There's some better than others, granted, but it's especially at the top. There's a Barco. Yeah, I'll be tip top of this pool, like Timber and Enzo and Castellanos, Jota, Depay, Camavinga. Oh, the list goes on. Some amazing cards. So yeah, we cross our fingers and toes. That's my big division for this game week. The deadline is only a couple minutes away, I think, or maybe it's closed. Yeah, the deadline has now locked in, guys. We are here. Game week 270 is now live. I'm going to sit back and chill for a sec and catch up with you guys in the live chat. Guardiola is fit, by the way. Yeah, I seen him in pictures and stuff, but I have dropped him at the last minute. Would I have picked him if I seen that? Yeah, I probably would have. And yeah, I would have played him over Arajo. I wish I had seen that, but hey ho. It is what it is, my own fault. Yeah, I would have played him for Arajo. Okay. Kim Sung-gyu is very solid. Gamba have got about 7 COVID cases already. Game still scheduled to go ahead. Good to hear. Been quite quiet lately, game week. Good luck all ahead. Fist bump to you, Chrissy Quirk. Thanks for joining us. Long's a 50-50 for rotation, given they've got nothing to play for. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Joe. And I'm kind of like, So the long, like both of them are in the specialist things. So like if they don't go my way, then they don't go my way. Thought Navas was injured. Jesus Navas, he bloody better not be. I think he's in my underdog league or something, isn't he? I'm not really too bothered. Key Masterclass, fingers crossed on that. I'm very biased, but I'd say Key every day. Yeah, let's go with Key this game week. Probably won't get 90, given he played in 271 and 272, but their fixture's decent. Nah, I think he'd be surprised, to be honest with you. Here he is, there's Stishy Boy. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Be a great time to win an SR Joe Hart. Yeah, it would be great. Imagine I won an SR Joe Hart. That would be something else, indeed. So I'm just going to hit refresh on this screen and we'll come back to it. But yeah, guys, I'm happy to just sit and chill out with you. I'm going to, just sit and chill out with you for a wee minute or two. And I've got some other videos and such to make and get my day on the roof. I'll be making a wee Celtic Predicted 11. Again, if you can support all the content that goes out, guys, it means the world to me. Hopefully the giveaways and such keep you interested. Hope you actually enjoy the content, of course, as well. That's always a big part of it. But yeah, we're coming into game week 270, guys. It's a weird feeling. It's the last big game week, of the European calendar, as I've said already. But any who are just joining us, and that's it. All locked in and ready to go. I'm feeling a wee bit gutted. I never used the Guardiol now, to be honest. But I think screw it. I'm happy enough. Good teams overall, and not that many teams, guys. I'm quite thin on the ground because I have been pushing this side up. This team's been built over the last 3 months or so, and it's done pretty well. And again, I'm so gutted that I never got to capitalise on Dennis getting a double decisive last weekend. I can't remember what it was that let me down, but I've not done too many live streams on game weeks and stuff. I don't think actually reviewing the teams and whatnot. These guys won as a card the other week, which was Schmidt or something that was rotten. But yeah, who was it that let us down here? Braze and 25 points, man. But look at that. Double assist for Dennis, 60 points. That was a great game week. Boyata winning a pen, fantastic. But disallowed goal for Unal. So I'm quite happy with, what's Dennis won me? One thing maybe? Yeah, the Schmidt. Oh no, he won the Schmidt. So what did Calmac help me win? He helped me win something, I'm sure. Oh, it was the Abella, wasn't it? Yeah, Jose Abella. So we won this cat. I say cat because he's got that kind of look. He'd be a cat in a bar, with the kind of, not quite a mullet, but that kind of long haircut, kind of wee goatee, kind of Mexican thing going on. He looks like a cat. And so it's been tight. So hopefully, what was the game week before that like? Just a couple of limiteds. Nothing the weekend before that. Tier 3 super. It's been quite threadbare for the last month, not too much. Tier 1 or Tier 3. So I'm really hoping this game week, I've had some good scores, man. It's been my combinations that have let me down over the last month. Really, it must be said. But yeah, I'm really hoping, especially these top teams, can kick ass and take names. Lich is coming back in. Yeah, I'm really happy with all these teams. And I say Challenger is just if I get the Celtic team wrong, or if guys do well from the bench or whatever, I've played them somewhere together, and this is just hey, let's hope that works at some point. Overall, my limited teams, I don't think I went through these at any point in the stream, but El Mago is coming into form. I think he's got a new contract for next season as well. Under 23s, we've got all your good fixtures and stuff. Champ Euro, we've got Coney and Rooter in. Jekyll Bear get credited with some sort of decisive action this game week. Challenger Euro. Tony Watts in, away to Ross County, so let's hope Tony Boy gets a decisive, along with Captain Amir, Daizamaida, Rio Tate, and his teammate Benjamin in goals. Just went with Seattle plus Kyoto, and yeah, it's all the fun I'm going to be having this game week, guys. I think I've got dad duties, kids parties and stuff to go to, so I don't think I'll get to watch too much. I'll be making sure I watch Celtic, of course I will, but I don't think, just need to move this chat across so I can see it, sorry. I don't think I'll be catching as much football this game week, unfortunately, as I would like. We'll see what happens on Sunday. Maybe we'll get a good chance to catch some stuff. But don't forget, guys, to catch the End Product Podcast, episode 4, EP4. It's on the channel now. It's on all the podcast places, Spotify, Apple, Amazon. What else? I recorded a great little session with Laird last night. That'll come out on Monday. And I'll be releasing a little Celtic Predicted 11 video today. We've had some really good content come out in the member section as well. I did a gallery review, and then there's a suggestion in the comment section of that video already for another one, so I might, or I'll get, as soon as I get a chance to record, I'll probably be, I may even, yeah. So that'll be coming out. If you're on the member section, you get early access to stuff, and then gallery reviews and blah, blah, blah. It's like £2 a month or something. And yeah, all the good stuff, guys. Absolutely buzzing. Let me know, guys. Yeah, so I'll hang about for a little bit. And let's have a chat, guys. Let me catch up with you. So I don't feel like, it's weird, whenever I do come into some of these, I do feel like I've not been live in a little while. Hendo's chucked the SR Guardiol, which is a fucking apex predator of a card, by the way, back into under 23 rare pro. Full strength from Hendo. Race you to the top, buddy. Yeah, I wish I'd put my Guardiol in as well, because against Bielefeld, like, you know, Leipzig need the points, so they will go kind of full strength, which is why I was happy to put Angelino and Andre Silva into a team, because I think, again, like, Leipzig, the only real issue with Leipzig is the midfield, which is why, like, I've not got any midfielder cards, because outside of Nkunku, it's so hard to predict. Says Leimer, Campbell, Forsberg, Haidara, blah de blah. Anyway, so good luck, Hendo. Hope you smash it, buddy. I've taken a chance on Bayezid for limited challenger as part of a Kayaspor stack, given that Yeni Malatyaspor have only scored 5 in the last 18 away games this season. Joel, that is an incredible statistic. Bayezid was pretty cheap for under 23, getting the occasional game time. Yeah, it was really, but see, all the game time was kind of linked in with like a wee bit of illness and suspension and stuff like that, I think. So I was surprised he lost his job, because by all accounts, like, he was doing amazing, which is why I bought the handcuff, because I was like, Jesus, man, I'm going to be really short of a challenger keeper. And that was something I thought I would have needed at that point in time. So I kind of hope Bayezid does get the job, so I can sell him for at least break even, and I can just wash my hands of that, you know. Because I accept long, I bought long, but I then FOMO'd into the handcuff at way above a price I should have, and that's why I kind of just want to break even on it and get out. Nothing against Bayezid. But I just don't like FOMOing into stuff, especially when it then doubly backfires. I overpaid and it gets dropped, and I should have just stuck with my guy. Other thing as well, guys, if you haven't, it's the Dundee United watch along on the channel. It was me and the Sorare Odyssey guys in the studio, live in person, not in a cyber sense, in the flesh. We watched Dundee United Celtic, but you really didn't pay attention to the game. It was actually quite a poor game until like the last 40 minutes or so, just with some chances and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But again, hope you enjoy that content. It was really good fun to make. And yeah, let me see. Thoughts on Rogic and Beaton potentially leaving? Like, I don't think Rogic is going to leave, to be quite honest with you. I just don't see it. Beaton is leaving, and he's going to Israel, which is a kick in the balls. He should be going back to Israel, is what most people suspect. It's like family want to go home kind of idea. They've been in Glasgow for 9 years. I wouldn't be surprised to see him end up in a place, to be quite honest with you, like Switzerland or Belgium, or I don't think he would go to Poland necessarily, but yeah, maybe like a team like, I don't know. I could see maybe even Austria. I could see him going somewhere before Israel. I can see him wanting to play somewhere where he can still get paid. And I don't know what the wages are like in Israel or whatever, but like, he's got credible experience. Like, he could be a very good player for, like, you know, Sturm Graz or fucking Sion or bad, you know, like, he could do a job for like a level down from where we're at, 100%. If he wanted to stay in Scotland, he would do a great job in the SPL, but I don't think he would step down from Celtic to go play for like Hibs or Aberdeen or something. I don't think he would do that, to be quite honest. So yeah, Beaton's leaving. You know, he should go to one of the better teams in Israel, which means they should get Conference League utility or Europa League utility at the very least, as well as Israel national team utility, because he isn't like old. He's just had his time now at Celtic. It might even be a shout for MLS, by the way. It's not, I don't know. It's maybe not mobile enough, but Celtic have like had quite a lot of exchanges with MLS, like Klamara and blah blah. You don't need me to tell you all the people that have went to, you know, Morgan, whatever. So again, some of these things like Rogic as well, if he was to leave, again, I think there's, yeah, I wouldn't rule it out, but Rogic could go anywhere in the world. It was linked to Qatar like 2 years ago. You know, so Rogic is an odd, and he could go to Australia, which isn't scored at the moment. So Rogic, if he does leave, like it's ooh, and I've just got a Rogic. I just traded to like that Schmidt super rare for him, along with somebody else who was a bit undesirable. Josh is asking me if I've got time for something, but I can't see Josh, your original. Cesco, a goal, great shout for specialist this week. If you have time, of course. Yeah, Josh, I'm missing a message from you somewhere, I think. Good opportunity for Montiel then. I don't know who Montiel is. Sorry, Dahai Wang. Celtic just announced them both leaving. Oh, confirmed they've been announced? Oh, wow. Okay. What's your plans? Like, officially, like I know Beaton's all but announced, but Rogic too. It's interesting. What's your plan post game week 272, Quinny? Will you play America and Asia leagues or wait till August? My gut instinct on that now, Joel, is I'm just going to be an all-star and U23 player with the cards I have, but my main handicap at that point is, like right now, I only have Tani and Gu until Hassel comes back. They're my only two keepers, period. Not even commons or anything. I've got my limited Seattle stack. Axel Werner, I need to get back in the team, basically. If Axel Werner can get back in the team, I've got a little bit more comfort. Check Twitter, I will do. Iron Brew, thanks very much. Iron Bruh. I'll check it when I come off, buddy. But thanks for the heads up. I've just traded a fucking Rogic, man. I hope it doesn't go somewhere shite. Have a look on the reward tracker. What's the reward tracker? Joshy boy, what is that? Suter is made of 80% biscuits. Always injured, yeah. Montiel is back up, right back to Navas. Also on Argentina national team. Oh, the boy at Seville. Well, I wouldn't be surprised, by the way, and this is a little sneaky one. It's not a wee sneaky one, right? But see one guy, I've watched Seville this year. One guy I've been so impressed with is Oliver Torres. He's like a 23, he's not even U23, but he's a 23-year-old midfielder. Doesn't play that often, but that boy, like, he'd be fucking great at Celtic. I'd love Celtic to sign him. Like, he's like a Spanish Rio Hatate almost. Like, he's got some engine on him. And he might be a shout, by the way. I might put him in a video. Yeah, that's all I'll say. Aye, I'll do a wee Celtic midfield video if Rogic is leaving, then that'll be fun. But Montiel, yeah, definitely. I'm in dire need of an American keeper. I've got so many powerful players that I have to leave out, but I have no ETH at the moment. I'm pretty much in the same boat, buddy. A-League has Opta tracking, so hopefully it gets licensed. If it does and Rogic goes there, then fucking jackpot, man, because he'll be senior level in Australia. He'll just be fucking having a cigar on, man, pinging in shots from 30 yards all game. So yeah, let's hope that happens, if that happens. And as well, Melbourne City could come on. I could get some more CFG love into the Barcelona gallery. But yeah, I need to mix up the Hall of Fame. I just wanted to put all the Celtic cards up here and just have I just love seeing them, man. Especially that McGregor. I've noticed that the best five seems to change a wee bit differently, a bit more often. Andy Robertson being injured as well, man. Like, oh Jesus, talk about pain in the backside. Big Phil Kostic, Soraya, loving life. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much going to wrap up, guys. Thanks a lot for joining me. That's another thing, guys. I traded in a Benkovic. I gave away quite a lot for it. I just wanted the guy to accept the deal. I got a wee Benkovic in. This was the guy who was on my favourites list. I got the wee email saying Benkovic now has a card. I was like, oh, fantastic. Former Celtic player, currently on loan from Leicester maybe, or maybe he's like been transferred to Indonesia. I'm not too sure. But anyway, this guy's career is in free fall ever since being at Celtic, and he has to go somewhere where he plays next year, and I think it's going to be like the depths of Challenger Europe. I'd love to see him go back to Croatia, and he could be like Ferro if he went back to Croatia, big time. Like, he was really good at Celtic. Like, we wanted to spend money on him, but he was like, no, I'm going to go to Leicester and play Premier League and all that, and that didn't happen. Went to Bristol City, didn't play. Went somewhere else, didn't play. Went to Udinese. We can actually check it on this, can't we? Cardiff, Leuven, didn't play basically, and then yeah, he's at Udinese, not playing. I don't know if it's a transfer. I should maybe have looked into that, but it looks like a loan, I think. But it was great at Celtic. We loved him. It was fantastic, man. Where are we? Magic, guys. I hope you just enjoyed the stream. Make sure to check out all the content on the channel. Live stream of the Sorare Odyssey, guys, on Wednesday. Dundee United Celtic watch along. The end product episode 4 went live yesterday. Me and Andy Laird on Monday will be coming out, and all the good stuff everywhere else, guys. Stay tuned to the channel for more stuff as well. Members content is there. Check out if you go into my actual channel and hit the community button or the members button, it'll give you all the details there of how to get involved and what it's all about if you're interested in that. And yeah, guys, huge weekend. We'll do a real end, you know, like I haven't done in a little while. We'll do a real like end of game week stream, looking at the scores, talking about the games, going through all that stuff, guys. I hope to see you all there for the great turnout today, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.